So I thought I would share a few little practices that I use to try and remain detached from situations that we might find painful or that causes and creates suffering because we're wanting something, we have an idea about something, and we have a dream or a hope for something, and yet it just doesn't seem to be flowing or happening that way. So, how to let go of that yearning for something that is not moving and presenting in a way that we want. So, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable. If not, keep them open but just soft eyelids. And take 3 deep breaths into your belly if you're comfortable, breathing in for the count of 3 and slowly breathing out for the count of 3. I'll let you do this in your own pace for a moment. Then slowly bringing your awareness to imagining yourself like you're looking through a camera lens, and the lens is in your hands. So the power is in your hands to zoom out into a situation or to zoom in. So I find when I zoom in to a situation, I become really quite fixated, analytical. I dissect everything. I get into the nitty gritties of everything. And I notice my body will start to contract because I'm focusing in. It's like I'm picking on every little thread of what's going on. That's not really helpful to feel peaceful, to feel relaxed, to have an openness and a willingness to allow for the mystery of life to present itself. Because we're not in control. That's the bottom line. When I think I'm in control, then I'm contracted. And I'd like you to observe in your own body how your body feels when you're trying to control the situation, or when you feel disappointed, when you feel let down. Yeah. Notice what your thoughts are around this. Notice the feelings, the waves of feelings and emotions that come around it. And notice if it makes you feel good. Simple as that. And does it make you feel open and light and receptive to the mystery of life? Or is it more narrow, contracted, and not allowing? So zoom out. That lens is in your hands. The power is in your hands to zoom out to a wider panoramic view of the situation and yourself. So there's two parts to this, two prongs. One is observing yourself in the spaciousness, and the other is observing the other or the space around you and allowing space. Keep zooming out and see how this situation or this idea or this situation with a person looks like for you. Keep zooming out, keep zooming out. And I find often this looks a lot smaller than it did, you know, before when I was zooming right into it and you're seeing all the details. So now stand back and start observing. Become the witness to what's going on in the front of this lens, yeah, of your camera of viewing life. And I even invite you to turn it on to slow motion and observe you in front of the lens of the camera with the situation. That might include another person or an idea or a project. And just observe your own, tendencies of thoughts and ideas and beliefs that are around it that make you unhappy, that make you feel stressed, that makes you feel fear, that makes you feel various emotions, sad, angry, untrusting. And when you notice this, the key is to not judge yourself, but to keep zooming out and keep observing with compassion. Now, here's the trick: to observe it all with openness and compassion, and to allow, to have a fluidness, a softness of, of a flow of witnessing this in front of you. And keep practicing this over and over as many times in the day as possible.